in the thin, burning air above hostile deserts and uncertain borders. A single silhouette once defined the edge of survival, a delta-shaped predator, slicing upward with impossible speed. And 4 generations of pilots! It was the machine that turned nations into air powers, the Mirage III. It begins in the uneasy dawn of the Cold War. In the early 1950s, France faced a stark reality. The age of straight-wing fighters was over. The Soviets were fielding faster, higher-flying aircraft. NATO partners were turning to supersonic interceptors. And France, determined to reclaim its aviation legacy, needed a jet that could climb from alert status to Mach 2 in minutes, intercept high-altitude threats, and still serve as a multi-role weapon for a new era. Dassault Aviation accepted the challenge. What followed was a gamble on a shape few dared to trust: the pure delta wing. The Mirage III emerged as a radical experiment, a triangular wing planform with no horizontal tail, giving extraordinary stability at extreme speeds and altitudes. Its airframe, built around clean lines and a sharply raked nose, minimized drag and maximized acceleration. Engineers selected lightweight alloys and a robust internal structure capable of handling the stress of sustained high Mach flight. Inside the nose sat a Kirano radar set primitive by modern standards, but revolutionary for French aviation. It allowed pilots to detect, track, and engage targets even in poor visibility. Over time, different variants gained improved Kirano 2 and Kirano IIIC radars, enhancing look-down and engagement capability. The aircraft's avionics suite was simple but reliable, giving pilots what they needed without bogging them down with unnecessary complexity. There was no stealth shaping, no computer-aided controls, just aerodynamic purity and a commitment to raw performance. At the heart of the Mirage III beat its defining power plant, the SNECMA Atar 09B, delivering roughly 13,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner. It allowed the aircraft to lunge past Mach 2 and maintain high supersonic speeds at altitude. Its rate of climb exceeded 30,000 feet per minute, critical advantage for an interceptor designed to sprint from ground alert to the stratosphere. The jet could reach ceilings of over 55,000 feet. With a combat radius that varied by configuration but often hovered around 400 to 500 miles, with external tanks, it stretched further, enabling long patrols over wide desert spaces and maritime borders. For pilots of the era, the Mirage's acceleration felt like being kicked by a giant. It was unforgiving at low speeds, but once unleashed above the clouds, the aircraft became something close to unstoppable. Armed with a pair of DIFA 30mm cannons, the Mirage III carried a hard punch in close combat, but it was missile warfare that defined its legend. Early models employed Matra R530 and R550 Magic air-to-air missiles, giving it solid performance in both radar-guided and heat-seeking engagements. Later users integrated American Sidewinders and even more advanced Matra systems. For strike missions, the jet could carry bombs, rockets, and drop tanks, transforming the interceptor into a multi-role fighter. Electronic countermeasures, chaff dispensers, and improved radars turned later versions into capable air defense and strike platforms, adaptable across continents and climates. Then came the crucibles of combat there, places where reputations are hardened into history. The Mirage III gained fame in the hands of Israeli pilots during the 1960s and 1970s. In those wars, it proved agile, fast, and brutally effective, scoring dozens of confirmed aerial victories. Its delta wing allowed tight, high-speed turns, while its acceleration made it ideal for hit-and-run tactics. In South America, Australia, South Africa, and Pakistan, Mirage IIs served as national symbols of air power. They intercepted intruders, escorted bombers, struck ground targets, and patrolled disputed frontiers. Even decades after its first flight, the aircraft continued performing frontline missions, a testament to the soundness of its design. Mirage pilots quickly learned that the delta wing demanded respect. The aircraft bled energy rapidly in tight turns, so dogfighting required discipline, maintain speed, use vertical maneuvers, strike from advantage, and withdraw before the opponent could react. As an interceptor, it excelled. As a multi-role fighter, it adapted. Its doctrine emphasized altitude, speed, and sudden attacks. Mirage pilots didn't get into messy turning fights unless absolutely necessary. They used position, acceleration, and missile reach to control the engagement. The aircraft rewarded precision and punished hesitation. But every jet has rivals. Against the American F-104 Starfighter, the Mirage III was slower to accelerate but far more maneuverable and much safer at low speeds. The Starfighter was a rocket. The Mirage was a weapon. Against early Soviet MiG-21s, the comparison was closer. Both were delta-wing supersonic fighters, both fast and unforgiving. The Mirage generally had superior avionics and missile reliability, while the MiG offered rugged simplicity and high numbers. In the hands of skilled pilots, the Mirage often prevailed. But the contest was never one-sided. Even now, the Mirage III refuses to disappear. Several nations operate upgraded variants equipped with modern avionics, radar, and precision-guided weapons. Programs such as Pakistan's Rose upgrades extended the jet's life deep into the 21st century with new cockpits, improved weapons, and night attack capability. Collectors, air forces, and private companies still maintain airworthy examples, a tribute to an aircraft built not just for its time, but beyond it. In the end, the Mirage III stands as more than a French achievement. It is a symbol of a world learning to master the edge of the atmosphere, a machine that gave smaller nations a fighting chance in an age of superpowers. It is the shape of determination, cast in metal and thrust into the sky. A reminder that sometimes elegance is its own form of power, and that a single delta wing, born from fear and forged through conflict, can carve its name across the heavens forever.